Hello everyone, I'm Kelly and this is Crystal. Welcome back. You may have noticed that we haven't uploaded in a little bit. So we're here today to tell you where we've been. Where have we been?
So a couple weeks ago, a very close friend of my family, who is like a little brother to me, he passed away suddenly and very unexpectedly at the age of 32.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm only, we're 34.
Yeah.
And, I've known him for 23 plus years. And he lived with us, with my family multiple times. He was, another child to my parents.
Yeah.
So.
I was a big blow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very disruptive.
Mm-hmm. We were supposed to film that night.
Yeah.
And instead, I ended up spending 6.5 hours in the ICU. With his friends and my brother and his family and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So on that very sad note, we wanted to touch on why we were gone and also talk about what does death mean when you're a millennial. Not so much death itself as the concept, but funerals. How do we celebrate? How do we mourn? Is it different than it was before? I wouldn't say it's different, but I think we've mentioned before the millennials are really focused on self-care and doing what's best for your own well-being. And I think that this funeral was really modeling that.
It really did. We talked about what video we wanted to do when we came back, and I was like, I think I want to touch on that, talk about death a little bit. And the more we talked about it, the more we were like, wow, the millennial funeral is kind of a thing. I've been to, unfortunately, a lot of funerals in my life.
She has.
And honestly, his funeral was nothing I've ever seen, in a good way.
Great way.
Yeah, it was...
We laughed, we cried.
Yeah. It was holistic. It was healing. So, first of all, some of you out there might have all these thousands of friends on Facebook. I have I don't know, 100 or something, right?
We pared it down.
Yeah, we talked about paring it down, right? But my friend, he had I think 2,100 friends on Facebook, and I always kind of thought, well, that's kind of ridiculous, right? When you see people with that many friends. But I'm not even gonna lie, I'm pretty sure each and every one of them came to his funeral.
Yeah, it was packed.
Because it was packed. The actual room was standing room only in the back. The lobby was full.
Yeah.
There were people in the back rooms, the kitchen kind of room that they have where we hung up our coats.
Yeah.
The hallways.
They set up extra chairs just in the lobby.
Yeah. It was it was so heartwarming to see all of the people that loved him and all of the people that he touched throughout his life, and it was just honestly incredible. And his brothers did a phenomenal job with the eulogies. I was blown away because his younger brother gave a eulogy that was 3 parts humor, 2 parts sad. It was completely and utterly honorable to who he was as a person. Yeah. Because his brother got up there and told stories about them growing up, and he referenced things they did now, and he told he told jokes. One of my favorite things that he said was he got a little choked up, and he was like, I'm looking out into this room right now, and I'm seeing all of the people that Steven touched. And then he goes, some of you inappropriately. And so I started crying because he was speaking so kindly, so lovely, and then he was like, some of you inappropriately, and it was one of those laugh sobs where you're just it's so true.
that was
my baby brother.
It was so in key with who Steven was, his personality.
Incredibly. And we forgot to mention, but it's not a big deal. But Kelly came with me because she's my best friend, and it was hard. It's been a hard 2 weeks. It was a hard day, but they played all of the music. It wasn't being at not that there's anything wrong with this, but it wasn't like being at like your 85-year-old grandmother's funeral where, you know, all of your aunts and uncles have chosen, you know, Josh Groban's You Raise Me Up and, you know, In the Arms of an Angel by Sarah McLachlan. Like,
yeah.
Though, like, they played that new I think it's Lucas Graham song, Funeral, which I had purposely not listened to prior to the funeral because I was worried that I would not be able to handle it. Yeah. And then I perhaps should have listened to it first because then when it started playing and I actually was listening to it sitting there in the funeral, I was like bawling.
Yeah.
But they played like Usher's Yeah, like as we were kind of leaving and walking by. So he was cremated. So as we were leaving and paying our respects, they were playing Usher's Yeah, and like all of us just wanted to like kind of get down, right? And that's what he would have wanted. Yeah. Like, it's so funny. We were driving to the funeral and there was this really dirty song that came on the radio, like really dirty. And I was like, it's kind of perfect right now. It's like he's with us in the van because he's like, I know you're going to my thing, Crystal, and it's hard. So here's the song for you. Like, I just kind of knew it. Like, I just felt it, right? Yeah. One of the really amazing things, too, was, so he had, like, an incredible love for the Terminator. Like, nothing I've ever seen before. And so at the end of his funeral, they played the music from the end of Judgment Day, the end of Terminator 2, when he's getting lowered into the... whatever it is, I forget what it is. Like, not acid, but like
the melted like steel stuff.
Yeah, that steely stuff. Like when he's like, I saved you and now I'm done. So they played that music and
very
like
fitting.
I cried because it was just so fitting.
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking about how like this is not like your typical funeral.
No.
But you know, when you unfortunately leave this earth, like, you know, long before your time, you kind of have that option, right? Like your family and friends get to send you off in the most fitting way to you, instead of like an archaic ways in the past.
Yeah, I like it. I really, it was a great funeral.
Right? It's such a weird thing to say.
But I've been saying that since then, that, you know, you talk about it with your friends, you know, when I die, like for me, for example, when I die, just, you know, put my urn on top of the bar, everybody have a shot, say something nice, say something funny, say whatever you need to say. But no long-winded sobbing speeches are necessary. Just celebrate, you know? It's sad that he's gone. It'll be sad that when we leave. Yeah. But celebrate who they were. And that's absolutely what that was.
Yeah, and one of the awesome things is that he was an organ donor. Yeah. So he saved like countless lives. So we were able to celebrate that as well. That even though he's no longer with us, like there are people out there who have another chance now. Yeah. Because of him. Yeah. So, and it was lovely. Like everyone got together, and because we're of that age and of that generation, there were so many photos of him that everyone was able to put on Bristol board and have up around the room because he was a bit of a selfie whore, and so there were pictures of just everyone, and it was just his face all over the place, which was lovely.
It was.
And I enjoyed too that, like, even though we are of that generation, like nobody had their phones out. No one was taking pictures.
There is a Family Guy episode that talks about the millennial funeral, and it's funny, and you're like, oh my god, no, people would never do that, and we didn't. And none of the inappropriate things that Family Guy thinks would happen happened.
I was glad.
There were no selfies at the casket.
No,
there was no casket, but.
Yeah, like, and I've seen that before, even like on social media, where like, you know how on your Instagram you hit search and you see stuff. Where, you know, people have been like, here I am all sad at my grandma's funeral. And I'm like, what are you,
no.
Like, I guess, like, to each their own, but I'm just like, I don't understand that. Like, it just feels exploitive. And, like, it just feels weird to me to be like, I'm so sad my grandma died. Yeah. Like, it's weird to me. Or, like, taking pictures of the casket. I don't know. Yeah. It's weird to me.
So
like,
that didn't
to each
happen.
Their own. But that didn't happen, thank goodness.
So, yay society.
Yes, yay society. And the cool thing, too, was that instead of like a weird formal like wake where like in the, you know, meeting room or whatever, like we just went to a bar after. We just went to his favorite karaoke bar and they opened it in the middle of the day for us, which was awesome. And we did shots and we had drinks and had food, not as much food as I should have for the amount of drinks I consumed. But yeah, it was good. It was nice. It felt like all the things we joke that we want.
Exactly.
Like that actually were able to happen.
Yeah.
Because
so devastating.
Absolutely
that he's gone.
Devastating.
100%.
100%.
Yeah. But if
fitting
someone's going to
way.
leave this earth
Yes.
too early, send them off well.
Yeah.
Exactly how they would want it.
Honestly.
With dirty tunes.
Dirty tunes.
I'm sure he would have preferred a little bit more grinding happening.
He probably would have. He probably would have. He'd be surprised that none of us danced. But yeah. So I think it's just like a great reminder to like live life to its fullest. Like live each day as if it's your last, because you never know when it will be.
Yeah.
Like,
and he did.
He truly did.
He really did. He was out there every day with people, making friends,
Yeah.
going on adventures.
Yeah.
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 So I told Crystal I need to make her a "What Would Steven Do" necklace, because
Yeah.
seize the day, guys. You don't know how long you have on this earth.
Do not take the trip.
Start a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And on that note, we will be back more regularly.
Yes, more regularly. Yes.
So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.